Why do we come back to the office and why do we need an office? And the answer, I think, is as easy as it is complex, because we want to, not because we have to, right? And so the question, of course, is why would we want to come back? And I think there's a huge shift in how we look at offices, not as a container for kind of desks and tools, but I think, you know, a contemporary office is a place for values, belonging, and purpose. You know, here you feel what the company is about. You feel all the things which makes a company. So this is not about having this desk or that meeting area or whatever. It's really about that kind of cultural thing. And we shouldn't forget that a contemporary office is only like the tip of the iceberg, right? You only see like, this is like what you see expressed of a corporate culture, of leadership, of organization, of processes, of a communication culture. Everything else is underneath the water, it's hidden. So really, a contemporary workspace is not about designing a place only. It's about translating a culture, translating an identity of a company into something which is which you can feel and experience on every level of your presence in that space. We learn in workspace. I'd say almost a paradigm change in the way how we see design. As my generation, you know, grew up with designing something as an object and then it was done, whereas in workspace is at least as much about designing the process than the result. And if you have a result, it's never finished, it's only a tool rather than a product. And I think these are two fascinating thoughts which are changing, at least in our studio, the way how we approach, you know, projects and how we see our profession. There's almost like a religion-like energy of how people promote new work. Let's not forget that work is quite diverse. Everybody has a different way how to work and what to work and circumstance to work. So I think it is really about, again, a change of perspective in as much as before, you know, like 20 years, people would follow the space in how they organize work. And I think today now space follows the user. So it's more about creating a platform of opportunities, really, you know, which is always moving, always changing in a certain, of course, with certain rules you'll set in that, you know. It's not about change per se, but it's about enabling people to find an environment which pretty much ideally instinctively responds to what they need, rather than I have to call the facility guy and then they'll change the big wall and stuff, which never happens. Triggering the fantasy to use different typology as the ones we might have brought up with in order to collaborate and to think about something, I think is something, it's a fantastic, almost like lab experience right now in a very positive sense, to really dive into a new field of possibilities, and some of them will be validated for you and some of them might not be good for you, and everybody has their own take on it. I think that's good. I had a wonderful conversation the other week about, you know, we're doing a CEO area for a big global player, and the CEO told me my office should be like a TV studio, because that's how he defines his role today. And I thought that's a quite fascinating starting point for a process to think together what a CEO office in the future is going to be, a broadcast studio, you know. So I think there's a big movement in how even top management looks at things, and it's not so much about iconic furniture which demonstrate my my power or my position, but probably again about the intelligence, I guess, such a system has.